We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
A very good morning, a good afternoon, good night, whenever you will watch this video. So I have started a new series which is based on refrigeration and air conditioning. Already I have done my first video for refrigeration, in which I have discussed about refrigeration, meaning then refrigerants types, primary refrigerants, secondary refrigerants and all that things. So today I come over here with a new topic, which is your VCR cycle, which is the most important topic regarding to your examination, that VCR system or VCR cycle, full form of VCR. As you know, in my previous video, if you have concentrated, I explained the full form, that vapor compression refrigeration cycle. How will start this topic in your examination? First of all, you will write down the full form. Then you will go for the application where it is used, but obviously it is used for domestic purpose like freeze and ACs. Then after that you will describe about its component. But first of all, let me clear one thing. VCR system is used for what purpose? It is used to maintain the low temperature by rejecting the heat. That's it. Now it has basic 4 components. First component is compressor. Second is condenser. Third one is expansion valve. It is also known as throttling device or throttling valve also. The last one is evaporator. Okay. Now one by one we will discuss the use of different components. We will start with compressor. Now compressor means what? As for example, anytime have you seen compressor? What is the use of compressor? Have you seen that type of compressor? Maybe you have seen, because when you will feel the air in your vehicle tire or in your bike tire, at that time one pipe is there, that pipe is inserted in the valve and air is filled. And another end of that pipe is connected with one big vessel. And that big vessel is connected with electricity. So when you will start the electricity, so what's happened? That big vessel will start to vibrate and it will produce some noise. So that is actually your compressor. Function of air compressor is what? That it will compress the air. Now if I want to feel the air with the help of my mouth in my bike tire, then is it possible? No, it is not possible. Why? Because the pressure which is created by my mouth is very much less. So that is why I cannot feel the air in the tire. And if I want to feel the air in the tire, so what is required? High pressurized air is required. And that task is done by compressor. So clear about the meaning of compressor. Compressor means what? It is such a device which is used to increase the pressure of what? Not of air, but of refrigerant. Because in VCR system you are not using air, you are using refrigerant, which is in the form of vapor. Later we will see. Now compressor clear. Compressor means what? It is such a device which is used to increase the pressure of refrigerant, and as you know that pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So that is why if pressure is increasing, temperature is also increasing. So compressor is such a device which is used to increase the pressure as well temperature of a refrigerant. Now so we will move with the second component. Second component is what? Condenser. Now condenser means what? That it, once again, it is a device. In this device, what's happened? Condensation process is taken place. Now question may come, what is condensation process? So condensation is such a process in which heat is rejected and low temperature is maintained. It is similar to refrigeration process, you can say like this. So condenser means what? It is a device in which what's happened? I will write like that. Q means heat, R means rejection. Heat is rejected from what? From the refrigerant. And low temperature is maintained of what? Of a refrigerant. And that condenser you can see at the back side of your refrigerator in form of grills. This type of grills are there, maybe you have seen or not. So that is known as condenser. That is the inlet of refrigerant. So refrigerant will be circulated like this, and that will be the outlet. So over here what's happened? Heat is rejected, because when refrigerant will move from the pipeline, so what's happened? Heat is rejected. Now question may come, how heat is rejected? That supposing inside of that pipe, temperature of refrigerant is suppose 50 degrees centigrade. Inside of that pipe, whatever refrigerant is present, its temperature is suppose around 50 degrees centigrade. Now that pipe is open in surrounding, and surrounding temperature is how much? Which is 27 degrees centigrade. Now as you know that heat will always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. So whatever heat which is present inside of that refrigerant, that heat is having higher temperature, and in the atmosphere, low temperature, in atmosphere having low temperature. So heat will flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. So heat is rejected. Clear up to that? Now another question may come that condenser having this type of form. But supposing if I will take a condenser just like a straight pipe, that is the inlet having 50 degrees centigrade. So what do you think over here? Temperature may reduced? No, temperature may not reduce compared to this. Over here 1 degree, 2 degree, maybe it may be reduced, but compared to this, over here large amount of temperature is decreased. Why? Because surface of area of contact of this pipe with the surrounding is very much high. So as surface of area of contact is increasing, heat dissipation rate is also increasing, and as heat dissipation rate is increased, so what's happened? Lower temperature is maintained within a shorter time, and which is not possible over here. Okay. Now another example for heat rejection, if I want to explain, supposing if you will take tea in a cup. So surface of area of contact of your tea with the surrounding is what? It is a mouth of the cup, that is the surface of area of contact. Now that same tea if you will pour in a saucer, so surface of area of contact of your tea with the surrounding is increasing, that means it has that much area mouth of the saucer. So among that two cases, in which case your tea will become cool earlier? But obvious, in saucer tea will become cool earlier. Why? Because surface of area of contact of your tea with surrounding is more, so more heat dissipation is there, and due to the more heat dissipation within a shorter time, temperature tea will achieve lower temperature. Acha. Now that is the example of what? Condensation process, in which heat is rejected and low temperature is maintained, which is located at the back side of your freeze. Now at the back side, if you will keep your hand at some distance, supposing back side means, supposing that is your freeze, that is your back side, and over here if you will put your hand, so what's happened? You can feel some hot air which is coming from the back side. Now why hot air is coming from backside? Because at the backside condenser is located, and condenser is doing what? Inside of that condenser, whatever refrigerant is present having a high temperature, that refrigerant is rejecting the heat. So hot air you can feel. So that due to the rejection of the heat, now refrigerant will achieve low temperature. So that is the use of condenser. Now next part we will go for expansion valve, or you can say throttling device. Now function of expansion valve is what? That we have seen compressor means what? Compressor will increase the pressure and temperature, and opposite of compressor it is expansion. So in expansion device what's happened? Same thing but in opposite direction. Pressure is decreased. If pressure is decreased, but obvious temperature is also decreased. So function of expansion device is what? That it is such a device which is used to decrease the pressure and temperature of a refrigerant. Clear about this? Now, if I want to explain the construction, little bit construction, how it looks, so I can draw a diagram like this, that expansion device is nothing but a small piece of a rod, very much small, tiny piece of a rod, and at the center, 1 micro mm hole is drilled throughout the whole length. That means throughout the whole length, 1 hole is drilled through. So over here, and the diameter of that hole is in microns. Diameter of that hole is very much small, very much small. Now that is the expansion device, or you can say throttling valve. Over here from the one end, what's happened? High temperature of refrigerant is entering. Supposing its temperature is supposing 50 degrees centigrade. I don't know exactly, but supposing at the inlet of expansion device, the temperature of refrigerant is 50 degrees centigrade. So over here, its temperature will be around 1 degree centigrade. That much temperature fall is there. So expansion devices is used to decrease the pressure and temperature. Now one question may arise, why that how that refrigerant will reduce that much low temperature. Over here difference is how much? 49 degrees centigrade. If you will pass a refrigerant from a small piece of a rod and that refrigerant is passing from a small hole microns diameter, then how that much temperature fall is possible. So for that purpose, if I will give one example that right now in your body hot air is present. So now that hot air, if you will blow from your mouth like this, so what's happened on your palm, hot air is present, you can feel some hotness. Okay. Now same hot air which is present in your body, if you will blow from your mouth by reducing the diameter of your lips. Now I will blow the air like this. I have reduced the diameter of my lips like this. So what happened? At your palm, low temperature of air you can feel, that means coolness of the air. That means now I have reduced the diameter up to that much, so that much cooling effect is produced, and over here diameter is in terms of microns, so but obvious that much fall is possible. So clear about this expansion device. Now have you seen this type of expansion device in your fridge? If I want to say not exactly the expansion device but use of that expansion device, so if you open the door of your fridge, at that time on the right hand side one knob is there, one regulator is there. For what purpose you are using that knob? Number one, when ice is not freezing, so you are rotating that knob. So what's happened? Ice will start to freeze. That means you are reducing the temperature. When ice is not, when ice is freezed a lot, lots of ice is present, and if you want to melt that ice, again you will rotate that knob. So what's happened? You will make the high temperature so that ice may melt. So whatever rotations you are doing, you are increasing and decreasing the temperature. That rotations are directly affected on the diameter of this expansion device. When diameter is increased, over here diameter is increased, so what's happened? High temperature is present. When diameter is decreased, so what's happened? Low temperature is present. So that is all about expansion device. Now last one is what? Evaporator. Now evaporator means what? That again it is a device. Which type of device it is? That once again it will absorb the heat and maintain the low temperature of a remaining space. Now question may come that how it will absorb the heat and maintain the low temperature. So for that purpose I will draw one diagram that is your suppose freeze, and over here that is your deep freezer in which you are freezing the ice, and these are the remaining compartments in which you are putting vegetables, chocolates, etc. Achha. Now use of that deep freezer is what? That you can freeze ice. That means I can say like that, in deep freezer maximum lowest temperature is produced. Supposing in the deep freezer -5 degrees centigrade is present in deep freezer. Okay. Now in remaining compartment, supposing temperature is 2 degrees centigrade. Exactly I don't know how much temperatures are there, but I want to show that in deep freezer maximum lowest temperature is present. That is why we can freeze the ice. We cannot freeze the ice in remaining compartment, because in remaining compartment higher temperature is present as compared to deep freezer. Okay. Now over here deep freezer having the low temperature. Now heat will always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. So over here heat will always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. That means heat will flow like this. That means deep freezer will do what? It will absorb the heat, and once heat is absorbed, so what's happened? That space may cool. That means that deep freezer is nothing but it is a evaporator. So evaporator means what? It is such a device which will absorb the heat and maintain the lower temperature of a remaining space. So that is your remaining space. Clear about the function of evaporator? Sure. Achha. Now one question may arise that generally evaporators are located at the top side. Okay. Now if I want to locate that evaporator at the bottom side, then what's happened? Supposing I have located the evaporator over here. Now evaporator having the maximum lowest temperature, which is suppose -5 degrees centigrade, and remaining compartment having higher temperature. So heat once again may flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. So once again that evaporator will absorb the heat and maintain the low temperature of a remaining space. But for that purpose one problem is there. Which problem? That have you heard about fire balloon? In fire balloon, what's happened? One big balloon is there, and below that balloon, one basket is there. Inside of that basket, 2 to 3 person can stand, and above the basket, one fire is there. So with the help of hot air, you can say like this, balloon will move in the upward direction. That means what? Hot air has one tendency, which one, that it will always move from bottom to up. Hot air will always move from bottom to up, and in front of that, cold air will always move from top to bottom. That means in deep freezer, in evaporator, cold air is present. So cold air will always move from top to bottom. So what's happened? Remaining compartment may cool. But if you look at the deep freezer at the bottom side, so what's happened now? Deep freezer having which type of air? Cold air. But that cold air cannot move in the upward direction. So remaining compartment cannot be cooled. So to circulate the cold air in the upward direction, 2 to 3 fans are located. So due to the rotation of that fan, what's happened? Cold air is circulated. Acha, chodo. About this thing, clear about that all devices. First devices which I say, first one is your compressor. Use of compressor is what? It is such a device which will increase the pressure and temperature of a refrigerant. The next is condenser. Condenser is such a device in which condensation process is taken place. In condensation process, what's happened? Heat is rejected and low temperature is maintained. In expansion device, what's happened? Opposite of compression. It will decrease the pressure and temperature of a refrigerant. And finally, evaporator. Evaporator means what? It is such a device which will absorb the heat and maintain the low temperature of a remaining space. Now we will move on with the working principle. So next part of this topic is what? Working principle. First part, application. Next part, component. You have to explain each and every component, and then next part is your working principle. Now in working principle, first of all, you have to draw the circuit diagram. How will draw the circuit diagram? So first of all, I will draw over here compressor. So C means what? C stands for compressor. Then outlet of compressor is connected with inlet of condenser. Okay. Outlet of condenser is connected with inlet of expansion device or throttling valve. Outlet of throttling valve is connected with inlet of evaporator. Okay. And outlet of evaporator is connected with inlet of compressor. Okay. Now evaporator will do what? It will absorb the heat. So over here I can write like this. Heat means Q is absorbed. And condenser will do what? It will reject the heat. Okay. Now how I will start? First of all, what we will say? That in VCR cycle, first of all, which refrigerant is used? That is the important thing. So but obvious, it is your primary refrigerant. Primary refrigerant means what? It is cooled by itself and then it will cool the another thing. And that refrigerants are in the form of a vapor. So how will start the working principle? You can say like this, okay, at initial level or at starting of the process, in the evaporator, which thing is present? Vapor form of refrigerant is present. Remember one thing, which form is present in evaporator? Vapor form is present. Any vapor form of refrigerant, supposing R12, R22, R134, anything we can consider, but not ammonia. Achha. Now in the evaporator at starting, which thing is present? Vapor form of refrigerant, say R12, R22 is present. Now inlet of expansion device is connected with what? Inlet of expansion device is connected with the compressor. Now first of all, you have to start the compressor. That means you have to supply the electricity to that compressor. So for that purpose, you have to supply some work to that compressor. Work is supplied to that compressor in form of electricity. So when work is supplied to compressor, so what's happened? Compressor will start. And when compressor will start, so compressor will do what? First of all, compressor will shuck the vapor form of refrigerant. That means now in compressor, which thing is present? Vapor form of refrigerant is present. Now compressor will do what? It will increase the pressure and temperature of refrigerant. So over here at the outlet of compressor, what you will get? You will get high pressure and high temperature of vapor form of refrigerant. So that point is very much important to remember, that in compressor, vapor form will be compressed. So if you will increase the temperature of vapor form, so what's happened? Its form will be remain in vapor, but its pressure and temperature is very much high. So over here I will write that vapor form is present having high pressure and having high temperature. Okay. Achha. Now that high pressure and high temperature of vapor form of refrigerant, now it will enter in condenser. So in condenser, what's happened? Condensation process is taken place. Due to the condensation process, what's happened? Whatever high temperature of refrigerant is there, that high temperature of refrigerant will do what? It will reject the heat. So I will make one arrow like this. Q means heat, R means rejected. That means in condenser, that high temperature form of vapor will reject its heat. And if you will reject the heat from vapor, because over here vapor form is present. So if vapor form will reject the heat, so at the outlet of condenser, which form you will get? What obvious liquid form you will get. Because as for example, if I want to say boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade, supposing over 100 degrees centigrade is present, so vapor form is present. Now that vapor form will reject its heat, that means now its temperature will become 98 degrees centigrade. So what's happened? That vapor form is converted into a liquid form. So over here refrigerant will reject the heat, so that vapor form is converted into a liquid form. Now which heat is rejected in condenser? So that is known as latent heat is rejected in condenser. Now latent heat means what? That it is a amount of the heat which is required to change the phase of the substance. Now over here vapor form is present. Now from the vapor form, if you will reject the heat, so phase of vapor will be converted into a liquid form. That means phase is changed. So if you want to change the phase, at that time whatever amount of the heat is rejected or whatever amount of the heat is supplied, that type of heat is known as latent heat. Okay. Now another heat is also there, which is known as sensible heat or specific heat. Now specific heat means what? Again it is the amount of the heat, but that amount of the heat is not required to change the phase of the substance, but that is required to simply increase 1 degree centigrade temperature of a unit mass, you can say like that. Supposing if you have a water having 27 degrees centigrade, and if you want to increase its temperature up to 30 degrees centigrade, so some amount of the heat you will supply. So what's happened? First of all, its temperature will increase from 27 to 28, 1 degree, 28 to 29, 1 more degree, and 29 to 30, 1 more degree. That means whatever heat that you are supplying, that heat is used for what purpose? To increase 1 degree centigrade temperature. So that type of heat is known as sensible heat or specific heat. But latent heat means what? Simply it will change the phase, and that heat is rejected in condenser. Achha, after that what's happened? That liquid particle will enter into a expansion device. Now expansion device, as I told you, opposite of compressor. So in expansion device, what's happened? Achha, before that, at the outlet of compressor, what you will get? At the outlet of compressor, you will get high pressure but low temperature of refrigerant in the form of liquid. High pressure and low temperature. High pressure, why high pressure? Because over here condenser is rejecting the heat at constant pressure process. So heat is rejected, temperature is decreased, but pressure is constant. So over here whatever pressure will be there, same pressure at the outlet of condenser. That means at the inlet and at the outlet of condenser, pressure is same, but temperature is different. Why temperature is different? Because condenser is rejecting the heat. So over here higher temperature is converted into a lower temperature, but pressure will remain same. Achha, now that the low temperature and high pressure of liquid refrigerant will pass through the expansion device. In expansion device, what's happened? Opposite of compressor, pressure and temperature, both things are reduced. So over here compressor will increase the pressure, expansion device will decrease the pressure. Compressor will increase the temperature, expansion device will decrease the temperature. To the compressor, work is supplied. So expansion device will do what? It will reject the work. Both are opposite, that's why. Achha, so expansion device will do what? It will decrease the pressure. So over here what I can write? I can write like that. Low temperature, also temperature, it will also decrease. So over here I can write like that. Low temperature and low pressure of refrigerant will come after expansion device. But which will be the form? The form will be your liquid plus vapor. Now one question may arise, okay, over here liquid is entering and liquid is reducing its temperature. Liquid form of refrigerant will reduce its temperature. Then how vapor form will come? So simple reason is that, as I told you, expansion device is a small micro mm hole, and from that micro mm hole, if which thing will pass? Liquid will pass. So what's happened? Some frictional losses are there, and due to that frictional losses, some minor amount of the heat is increased, and that increased heat will do what? It will convert some form of liquid particle into a vapor particle. Clear about this? So why vapor particles are present? Because when liquid refrigerant will pass from the expansion device, at that time some frictional losses are there. Up to that much you can remember. So due to the frictional losses, some liquid particles are converted into a vapor particle. Clear up to that? After that liquid plus vapor mixture, which is low temperature and low pressure, liquid plus vapor mixture will enter into a evaporator. Now evaporator will do what? Evaporator will absorb the heat. That means liquid plus vapor mixture, right now liquid plus vapor mixture is present over here. So liquid plus vapor mixture will do what? It will absorb the heat. That means you are increasing the heat of this liquid. And if liquid particle will increase its temperature, so it will convert into a vapor particle. That is why pure vapor form of refrigerant we will get after the evaporator. Okay. What I said at initial stage, which thing is present? Vapor form of refrigerant is present. Why vapor form? A word I have used, actually liquid plus vapor, but when liquid plus vapor will enter in evaporator, so that liquid plus vapor mixture of refrigerant will absorb the heat, so that liquid particle will convert into a vapor particle. So that is why at the outlet of evaporator you will get pure vapor particle. And over here evaporator will do what? It will reduce, that is low temperature and low pressure of which thing? Of vapor is present. So evaporator will absorb the heat. So over here I will say like this, it will be your high temperature and low. Over here I will write low pressure. Why low pressure? Because expansion device is decreasing the pressure. So over here low pressure. That means pressure remains constant. Again vapor form will enter, again cycle will be repeated. So that is all about the working principle of what? Working principle of that vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Now after this we will study about its HS and TS diagram, or TS diagram you can say like this. So over here I will make x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis I will consider H means what? Enthalpy, and on this x-axis, that is your y-axis, that is your x-axis, S means entropy, or T, that is not H by T, that is your H versus S, or T versus S. That means H versus S1 diagram. Supposing H versus S1 diagram, another diagram is T versus S. Okay, so like that I am representing H versus S or T versus S. Okay. Now how we will draw? So first of all, one saturation curve will be there, so that is known as saturation curve. That saturation curve we will discuss in the upcoming next video, which is known as properties of steam. In this chapter we will discuss about saturation curve. Right now it is not necessary to understand. Now over here enthalpy means what? Enthalpy means what? That it is the amount of the heat which is rejected by the complete combustion of a unit mass. As for example, supposing over here if I will taken one wooden block whose length is 1, height is 1 and width is 1. So its mass will be unit mass 1 kg. If you will ignite that unit block, so what's happened? Heat is rejected. So that is your rejection of the heat. So whatever amount of the heat which is rejected by the complete combustion of that unit mass, now, that is known as enthalpy, and its unit is kilojoule per kg. Clear about this enthalpy? So over here I will write kilojoule per kg. Okay. Now temperature, so you know temperature means what? It is the degree of hotness or coldness of the body. Now next is what? Entropy. Entropy means what? It is a measurement of disorderness, you can say like that. And its unit is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. I am not explaining the meaning of each and everything, that parameters, because if I will do so, length of the video may be increased. Now how we will draw? First of all we have to provide the numbers. How we will provide the numbers? Before providing number, now among that 4 devices, you just tell me in which 2 device pressure remains constant. But obvious, over here higher pressure, over here higher pressure. So in condenser pressure is constant, sure. So first constant pressure line I will draw like this. So that is the symbol which will indicate what? Pressure remains constant, but temperature may vary. How? Supposing over here if I will consider one point and over here if I will consider one point, on both of this point pressure may be same. Why pressure may be same? Because it is a constant pressure line. So pressure may be same, but over here temperature is suppose 50 degree. So over here temperature may be 20 degree. But supposing over here pressure is 5 bar. So over here pressure is 2 bar. No, it is also 5 bar. Why? Because it is a constant pressure line. Okay. Acha. Now clear about constant pressure line? On constant pressure line pressure remains same but temperature may vary. Acha. Now next constant pressure process will be done in evaporator. In evaporator what's happen over here, we can say low pressure, over here also low pressure, high pressure, not constant pressure, over here low pressure, high pressure, not constant pressure process. So constant pressure process is done in evaporator. So one more constant pressure line I will draw like this. Okay. Now among that two devices, in which device pressure will be high? But obvious, in condenser pressure will be high. Why? Because compressor will increase the pressure. High pressure is entering and over here low pressure is entering. So first constant pressure line I have drawn for condenser, and last constant pressure line whose temperature is very much low, that is for evaporator. Okay. After that both of the lines we will connect with the help of vertical lines. How will connect? First line I will connect like this and last line I will connect like this. Okay. So our diagram will be which one? That will be your diagram. Now how we will provide the numbers? So for that purpose what we will say that numberings are important. So we will provide number 1. After which device our process is started, that will be your number 1. I will take another chalk if it is possible. Yes, yellow chalks are there. After which device our process is started, I can say after evaporator, because when vapor form will be shocked by the compressor, then our process will be started. So after evaporator I will write number 1. After compressor I will write number 2. After condenser I will write 3. After expansion device I will write 4, and after evaporator I will write 1. Then cycle may continue. Now in 1 to 2 what's happened? Pressure is increasing, lower pressure to higher pressure. So 1 to 2 pressure is increasing. So if I will write 1 over here, 2 over here, so what's happened? Pressure is increasing, and pressure is directly proportional to temperature is also increasing. So in 1 to 2 pressure is increasing and temperature is also increasing. And how you can increase pressure and temperature? By supplying some work. So I will write like this, WS or WC also, right? C stands for compressor. 2 to 3 over here if I will write 3. So 2 to 3, which thing is present? Condenser. So 2 to 3 is which process? Condensation process. 1 to 2 is which process? Compression process. In 2 to 3 process, what's happened? High pressure. That means pressure remains constant. So P2 equals to P3, but temperature is decreasing. Over here, what's happened? High temperature, and after condenser low temperature. So over here inlet of condenser high temperature, that much high temperature, and that temperature is reduced up to little bit amount. Now how the temperature is reduced? By rejecting the heat. So I will draw one arrow like this, QR means heat is rejected. Over here I wrote like this. 3 to 4 I will write 3 to 4. 3 to 4 which device is present? 3 to 4 expansion device is present. In expansion device what's happened? That inlet of expansion device is high pressure and outlet of expansion device is low pressure. So inlet of expansion device is high pressure and that is your low pressure. So pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So in expansion device what's happened? Temperature is decreasing, pressure is decreasing. 4 to 1 what's happened? Constant pressure process. Why? Because 4 to 1 evaporator is present. At the inlet of evaporator low pressure and at the outlet of evaporator low pressure. So pressure is constant. And in evaporator what's happened? Heat is absorbed and cycle may continue. Over here at point number 1, that point number 1 is present on saturation curve, and that saturation curve having vapor particles. Later we will see why vapor in the chapter of properties of steam. So on point number 1 vapor particles are there. So over here on point number 1 which thing is there? Vapor particle is present. Okay. Acha. On point number 2, again it is present in superheated region. Each and everything you will realize when I will start that new chapter, properties of steam. Acha, that is point number 2 is present in superheated region. In superheated region also vapor particles are there. So at point number 2, again vapor particles are present. Now point number 3 is present on saturated curve, but in which region? It is present in saturated liquid region. So on point number 3, liquid particles are present. On point number 3, liquid particles are present. Acha. On point number 4, point number 4 is present in wet region, and in wet region liquid plus vapor particles are present. Don't afraid which are the regions, that we will clarify when I will start with the that properties of steam chapter. But right now simply remember, on point number 4 liquid plus vapor particles are present, as point number 4 is present in the wet region. So over here you can say on point number 4 liquid plus vapor particles are present. Due to the friction losses that I told you, liquid will little bit particle will convert into a vapor form, and then whole cycle may keep continuing. Acha. Now after this, last topic in this portion is what? COP. Now COP means what? COP means what? It is a coefficient of performance. Now coefficient of performance means what? That COP will indicate the efficiency of your freeze or of your refrigeration system. Now in the case of engine we are saying efficiency, but for the case of refrigeration or air conditioning we will use the word COP. COP and efficiency both are same. Okay. Now COP means what? Or you can say efficiency means what? That output by input. So I will write COP is equals to output by input. Okay. Now output for our cycle is what? Cooling effect. For that purpose we are using the freeze for cooling effect. And which device will produce the cooling effect? Evaporator will absorb the heat and then cooling effect is produced. That will be your output. So how evaporator will produce the cooling effect? By absorbing the heat. So over here as output I will write like that, refrigerating effect or heat absorption by evaporator, because if evaporator will absorb the heat, then only refrigerating effect may produce. Acha. In front of that input will be what? But obvious, if you will supply some work to the compressor, then only the evaporator will absorb the heat and low temperature is maintained. So input will be what? Work done by compressor, you can say like this. So COP equation you have to remember which one? That is your heat refrigerating effect or heat absorption by that evaporator to the output means what? Work, sorry, input means what? Work done by compressor. So that is the equation of COP. But meaning of COP means what? That it is the amount of the heat which is required to melt 1 ton of ice which is present at a 0 degree centigrade within 24 hours. As for example, supposing that is 1 ton of refrigeration also, it is known as 1 ton of refrigeration also. Supposing if I have one ice cube whose weight is 1 ton and I have some heat and ice having 0 degree temperature, and if I want to melt the whole ice within 24 hours, then whatever amount of heat that I will supply, that amount of heat is known as 1 ton of refrigeration, or you can say COP also. So now I have completed each and every concept which are related with the VCR cycle. I hope you understood that video. In my upcoming video, I will come with a new topic which is also important topic, which is VAR cycle. So up till then, please read hard, work hard. Thank you very much.